sent out their LED bulbs for my 2025 Hyundai Elantra N. If you're an Elantra N owner, you know that these cars do unfortunately come with halogen bulbs. So you definitely want to upgrade to some LED bulbs to get a nice, clean, modern look and also get some more light output. So today I'm going to install these lights. So come along with me as I show you how I do it. These are the bulbs that Lasfit sent out for me to review today. I have the interior and exterior bulbs in this shot, but today we are just going to be using the interior bulbs. I love the look of the bulbs and I love the presentation and packaging. They are very high quality. And I'm going to start with the vanity mirror lights. But before that, some people like to disconnect the battery in order to not have any like weird electrical issues, if that's possible, or to get burned by these bulbs, because sometimes they can get hot. So if you are working on the bulbs, make sure they're not hot so you don't get burned. And I always wear gloves just to be extra cautious. I have a plastic trim tool that I like to use when doing jobs like these, working with the interior. The headliner can be scratched if you use a flathead. Some people have good luck with flatheads, but I like to use these because they are much more gentle on the surface you're prying on. So I'm going to come in from this side and kind of wedge it in between the headliner and the plastic housing, and you can see it's kind of popping down. This does not have a lot of slack, so this is kind of all the room we have to work with. So I have a set of pliers. I'm going to try to gently clamp down on this metal bracket to release the bulb. Now, when I install the new bulb, I want the part with the LED lights to be facing the plastic diffuser, so that way the light comes down into the cabin. So that means I'm going to put the heat sinks towards me and the LEDs towards what would be down towards the cabin. And I'm going to put the LED in the same way that the other one came out by lining up this top hole and pushing it in to make a good solid contact, and you heard how it clicked. Now let's do a quick test before I pop it back in to make sure it lights up. Sometimes with LEDs, they do need swapped, so this may need to go the other direction for it to work. But as you can see, it is much brighter, and I'm going to come in and put this back up in the headliner. So I'll put this side in first and push up the part that we popped out. And keep in mind that took a medium amount of force, so just be ready for that. We are onto the passenger side. It should be the exact same procedure as doing the driver's side. I'm going to come in with my pry tool and pop this light out. Here is the bulb. It looks like I need a little help again to get this light out. Here is the Lasfit L28. I'm going to put it in the same way. I'll start with the top and push it into the bottom, and I'll test it out. And put this corner in first to make sure you line up the ridge with the top of the headliner, and then push it back in. It should fit nice. We are going to replace the dome lights. I'm going to come in right here. There's two little clips right here and right here, and you'll see the actual lens kind of move. That's when you know you found the right one. And I'm going to wedge it in and pull it out. And as you see, it removes very easily. And I'm going to wait a few seconds because these bulbs are warm even with gloves on, so just be careful of that. I'm going to remove the bulbs by grabbing them and pulling towards the back of the car, and I will gently wiggle to remove them from their seat. I will be replacing the bulbs with the Lasfit LT10. So comparing these to the Lasfit LT10, you can see that they are way different. The Lasfit has the LED diodes on here and some pretty cool circuitry. Installation, I'm going to have these lay flat to slide into the slot. Okay, so just be careful putting them in. I unfortunately did push too hard and popped out the bulb socket, and I just had to remove the entire, this unit. It pops out, and had to plug it back in. But I digress. The bulbs are in, and I'm going to reinstall the lenses. I'm gonna put this notch in first. You can see where it clips in. So slide that in first and make sure both clips are clipped in, so it should be sitting flush. And it is nice and bright. As we are here in the back seat, here's the old light. I'm going to remove this lens so we can access the bulb, and I'm going to actually use a really small screwdriver to get this lens loose, since these slots are really small on this one. The bulb I'm going to use on this one is the Lasfit L28. And I'm going to remove the old one by grabbing it on both sides and face this bulb downwards towards the cabin and push it and clip it back up there. Now that the bulb is installed, I'm going to reinstall the lens cover. I'm going to put these tabs up first and then push up until it clicks, and test out the light. And that is super bright. It fills up the cabin. I have my flashlight on my phone, but it is night and day. All right, guys, so now we are in the trunk, and don't you love that cross brace bar? It makes you feel like you have a race car. But anywho, here is the trunk light. I am going to go ahead and pop this clip out right here with my plastic pry tool. And once I get this out, I'm gonna remove the clip and pull this out of the vehicle. I'll show you where I push to remove the clip. It's this piece where my pointer finger is touching. You push it in and pull the harness out. And I'm wiggling, and here you are. It's still very hot from the old style bulbs, so I'm gonna let it cool down and bring it over and pop out this black part, so that way we can replace the actual bulb inside of it. So guys, here we are with the light assembly. You can see there are two clips, one here, one here. I'm going to pry on the clips while pulling the black box out. And now we have access to our bulb. I'm going to be replacing it with Lasfit's 28mm bulb. So I am going to pry back a little bit on the metal tab to remove the bulb. We'll place the new one inside of this assembly to make sure I line this up right. I'll pull back this tab. So here we are. I placed it in. Be sure that it fits in nice. I think I accidentally bent this metal tab a little too much, so it sits kind of funny, but for mine, it is in there and the LEDs are facing towards where the light output should be. So I think I'll be good on this one. I can't pull it out unless I really tried, and I can only get it to spin a little bit. So I think this is good. Just be careful and make sure you don't bend the contact point too much. Now I'm going to slide this black plastic shroud over, and let's go back to the car and install it. Okay guys, here we are. I am going to put this light back in. I want to make sure that it goes in the same way it came out. So we took the clip out on this side. So I'm going to make sure that this side is ready to go in. And I'm going to line up these two tabs just like it came out, and it'll click right in. And I'll feed the wire up, put in the left side first, and then click in the right side. Easy as that. Now look at how nice and bright the trunk is. You can see the red pop a little more. I love that. And when you have groceries or whatever you have back here, it'll be much more visible. Let's get a cool interior shot with the new LED lights. It looks much more premium in here. It looks much more modern. You can see so much better. You can see like the floor mats, the seats. The back seats are super bright now. These lights are very bright, guys. If you want dim lights, don't get these. These are super bright and they light up your car. It is really nice. All right, guys, we are in the garage. I'm going to unlock the car and show you what it looks like when it is pitch black. So as you can see, nice white fresh lights. My windows are tinted 20%, so just keep that in mind. But you can see the entire cabin is nicely illuminated. Looks very fresh, very crisp. And if we go ahead and pop the trunk, this light is serious. I mean, you can see it reflecting on the garage door. It is very bright. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking out my video today. Hopefully this kind of inspired you to refresh and update the interior of your Elantra N. And if you like these kind of videos and you have an Elantra N or you're interested in the platform, go ahead and follow my channel. I am hoping to, take you guys along as I build and modify this car. It'd be really cool to see that you guys are interested in this kind of content. That being said, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.